you to say who you are and where you're from. I just want the people in the room to realize that we do have media floating around that do want to talk to you, recognize who they are, and feel free to introduce yourself to them, because we are always looking for people to talk to. Most important things of the night, I want to bring up the real force behind the EQUUS Film Festival, the one that created it back in 2013. Lisa Dearson, come on up here. If it wasn't for Lisa's vision, this would not exist. So, you know, we really, our whole heart and soul goes out to Lisa, because she was the one, and she can tell you the story. I think that's what the people want to hear. How did you start this?
You guys, without the films and the books and the art tonight is spectacular. Without that, we wouldn't have this film festival. So thank you all for all of your unbelievable creative work.
I've been a documentary filmmaker for the past 11 years, but this is my first feature documentary premiering. My film is called Pee-wee and Level. It is premiering tomorrow at 12:15 downstairs. Please come if you can. My film is a film that is about a mother and her daughter. My characters are actually in the audience, so I want to say Parker and Level and Cash and Level are here. So thank you from South Carolina, and yes, I'd love to talk to you more about it.
So the name means three things. One, yes, the hounds. My grandmother preferred the female hounds to the male hounds. She just thought they were smarter.
Okay.
Funny.
Sorry I asked that question.
And the second reason is a more nostalgic one. She was a lady. She was a great lady, and she was at the end of her life when I made the film. And then the third reason is that the film is really a look at class in America. I mean, my grandmother was extremely affluent growing up. Her great-grandfather was E.H. Harriman. And so her family was that, and so there's a debutante song in the film, Good Night Ladies, where you end the film with that. So it's sort of about that. It's like a time gone by, but great question.
You do a good job. You look for trouble. Is that what you're doing? Appreciate it. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you.
行，
找个静态的地儿。Yeah, these big. You're such a good boy.
They were tortured and they suffered and starved. It's just sickening to know that somebody did that to an animal. just wish we would have got there sooner.
Well, first and foremost, I say when people do terrible things, to some extent they lose the right to be left alone. And I think that is the case here.
Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Go do it again. You're a good boy.
Except for the dogs and birds, there has been a strange silence in the preserve for the past 2 years. It's a kind of a hush. No hooves on hard-packed trails, no whinnies or nickers, no crunch and whip as happy horse mouths tear at palm fronds and blossoms, no coming around a bend and seeing them. But there is life in the hush, something stirring, slowly, ever so slowly.
So like, why did you and where did you get this horse?
I bought him last week from auction in New Jersey. There was one bid before mine that was from Kill Buyer, and I made one purchase above that, which was, out of the pound for pound range, so he came to me. Shipped him over the night.
Were you there when it happened?
No. I bought him, I bought him over the phone. He hasn't done anything malicious or psychotic, but he is aggressive whenever...
So why are you here?
Because he's aggressive whenever I ask him to do things, and we need to overcome that. I'd like him to be purposeful and not, not being unhappy or unpleasant.
I'm so sorry. I called it the hanging barn because I didn't know what else to call it. I saw horses suspended in homemade slings from the rafters, and they were thin, their eyes were vacant, and they just looked like they'd lost all hope.
It's amazing for the ones that did survive and did make it, that they all have great homes now and they have wonderful lives. And it's just so happy to see them come back from that.
Hey, well again, we're still here at EQUUS Film Festival in New York, Manhattan. As I told some people earlier, if we stayed here for about another week, then we could go 5 blocks north to Macy's and watch the parade. That's right. We'd be right here. But we're having a great time at the Helen Mills Theater. It's the 2017 EQUUS Film Festival. We also have art, and we have authors. With me is Sally Morgan. Now, Sally is an author out of Western Massachusetts. And the book is Dances of the Heart. The Dances of the Heart. And it's about connecting with animals. So first of all, and we have Tristan right here. This is Tristan. Hi, Tristan. You're wondering how I know your name, don't you? And Tristan is the corgi who wrote the book of Sally.
Featured heavily in the last section.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Shannon Budnick. I am the Mid-Hudson Regional Director for the New York State Horse Council. We're very proud to be back here at the EQUUS Film Festival in Manhattan. And thank you very much for having us.
Hello, my name's Alison Clark and I'm the Southeast Vice President of the New York State Horse Council for New York City and Long Island, and we're delighted to have EQUUS Film Festival back again. New York State Horse Council was here right at the beginning and we've been here every year, and it's a great event. Thanks a lot.
I'm Jacqueline Osborne and I am the Director for the Southeast region for Long Island, Suffolk County, which is the east end of Long Island. And yes, it's the 5th annual EQUUS Film Festival. It's growing, it's fun. We're bringing people in from all over the state and the tri-state area and the world. And it's been a really wonderful part of a program to be involved with.
We are an all-volunteer organization, so we do rely with our volunteers for their support. And Allison is really instrumental in getting those volunteers locally, as well as from throughout the state. We've had some people from as far as several hours away as well. And we're just a very happy, proud membership to the New York State Horse Council and supporting the EQUUS Film Festival and many other events that we can get to.
Right. And my involvement prior to the actual show was sort of taking the lead from these two and also working with the publicity and marketing people with the EQUUS Film Festival to spread the word on Long Island. Long Island is 100 miles long from Manhattan, and there are lots of barns and farms and riders and people and trainers, and we've reached out to them by putting posters up everywhere and doing a social media campaign, trying to fill the seats, because with all the effort with all of these fantastic filmmakers, it's nice to have the audience there.
I work with a local radio station in our area that does public broadcasting for local events. We were fortunate enough to get a live interview yesterday with several folks. So Christina Rolando with Horse Sense Radio, making sense out of horses out of WTVQ in Warwick, was down here and speaking with people and doing live interviews. Lisa Dearson, the founder, was on the radio with the radio station last week.
Indeed, yes.